Hi everybody, welcome back to Watch Time. Today is my first video doing a job lot, and I got this idea from two of my favourite YouTubers in terms of watch collecting and stuff like that, which is Reselling History and Vintage Sterling Finds, the former being from America, the latter being from Canada. And basically their job is that they buy job lots and probates and stuff like that, and they sift through them, look for something valuable and sell them. This one is a Facebook Marketplace lot. As you can probably tell, there's no Rolexes, nothing in here that's breathtaking, but it was 20 quid, so it you know, it's not nothing to cry about. So it sort of gets me going again. I've done this once before about a year ago, and I fancied doing it again, seeing what I could find. So sometimes you find things you want to keep, and sometimes you find things you want to get rid of or sell or whatever. So here's what I've got here, like an overview, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with each of them. So absolutely none of them are functioning because they all need batteries, which is fine because they've probably sat in a drawer for years from what the lady I bought them from said. So this one here, I actually really like this one. This is a high street clothing brand in the UK called Next. They definitely don't make things which are as good a quality as this anymore, because I quite regularly look at the watches that they sell. They're around about 50 quid and they don't use real leather. They don't use stainless steel. Whereas this one is real leather. It's a base metal case, which is sort of cheap. It's got quite a thick crystal. A stainless steel back. It's quartz, obviously. In fact, yeah, stainless steel back. But I really like the design of it. It's fairly unique, I would say. So this is actually one which I'm going to put a battery in and I'm going to keep. Even though Next still very much exists as a company, it looks like something from another time. So I like that one. So that already makes it worth it just to get one nice watch out of it. The second one is this one here. This sort of reminds me of Fossil watches, but like the last piece, this one is also from Next, and it harks back to a time where Next made things from better quality materials. This is a leather, actual leather band, but at least, you know, genuine leather isn't a particularly good leather, I know, but at least it is leather, so I appreciate that one more. I'm not sure whether I'll keep that one. I definitely prefer this one here. But the good thing is about this one is the strap is changeable, whereas this one, once the strap's gone, the watch is gone, really. So this one's actually all right. I'm not really sure what to do with it. But when they were new, they probably were, you know, relatively speaking, they weren't cheap. So I think probably if I put any of those on Vinted, they would sell. Especially with this one being quite a unique looking thing. So I'm pleased about those two. Next up we have this little Spirit ladies dress watch, and I know just by being addicted to watches that Spirit is from the shop Argos, which is a catalogue shop in the UK. So this isn't valuable at all, but it's still a functioning, fairly attractive piece with some details like a diamond detail, an adjustable link bracelet. So I think this one will just be one for Vinted for a couple of quid, I would say. Next up we have this here, which is a bit more of a unique sort of piece. Again, very low value. But for those who like a sort of unique design, you can see here it has like a shell bracelet. I don't know if it's real shell or not. I don't know if it says... No, I don't think so. Hard to say. It's got this here, this detail in here. It has the Roman numerals and a pearl dial. It's not going to be real, but it looks like pearl. It's got these sort of flower details on the bracelet. Again, this is from Next, so this lady obviously went to Next quite a lot. But for somebody who is really into this design, who immediately grabs them, you're not really going to find anything else, you know, that often that looks like this. So I think that's probably what I'll put up for a £5, really, considering it needs a battery as well. So you're talking about, you know, £2, maybe £5, £7, back out the 20. Great news. I'm going to keep this one. On the fence about this one, probably £5 for that one, so around £12 maybe. This one here is a JQ. Pretty much meaningless brand, really, made in China, stainless steel back. It's unique in that it has a huge strap, so it wraps around your wrist like a bracelet, so that's fairly unique, but there's not really a lot to say about it, to be honest. It's not a very high quality piece. It's a niche piece for somebody who likes the wraparound bracelet thing, and it's okay. It's all right. It's just a cheap watch. It will tell the time, but yeah, that one I'll probably put on Vinted for £1 really, maybe £2. So that's okay. Next we have this here. This is a very minimalist basic ladies watch, and these are quite a good seller. I've actually sold one from this lot already today, just for £2, which was a very minimalist design like this. Primark. I'm sure you're all familiar with Primark, especially in Europe. And it's just a very, very basic minimalist watch, and they're quite common for ladies and girls in the UK. You see a lot of women wearing a very minimalist design like this. It was very, very popular at one time, and shockingly, they used to charge a hell of a lot of money for them as well. So this one, I think I've got up for sale for like £2, which is what the other one sold for, which was quite similar. So this here is the next one. This is Geneva, which is a very, very common diversion tactic used by fashion brand companies to make you think that it's got anything to do with Switzerland. Of course, it doesn't. But that being said, it's not of terrible quality. It's just made of base metal yet again, and it's quartz. It has this diamond bezel and diamond accents here, all working. There's nothing wrong with it. And it did come with a set of spare links as well. So these, again, on Vinted, these are worth a few quid. In some ways, even though it's really blingy and a bit bizarre, I actually quite like this one, so I might not sell this. But and I know it's unusual for a man to wear a watch like this, but it's sort of all right. It feels substantial enough for what it is. It would have been very, very little money. So that, I think I would get a couple of quid for that. So where are we, like £2, maybe £5, 7, maybe 8, 9, 10, maybe, I don't know, £4 for that, like £14. Maybe if I sold that for £4, let's say £18. And then keep that one. This here is the next one. This is actually a really nice little thing. This is a lady's like what I would call a cocktail watch. So it has no numerals on the dial. It's very, very basic. It doesn't require a lot of attention. It's just a very small sort of dainty piece, made by the fashion brand Oasis, which are like a high street clothing company in the UK. Again, stainless steel back, quartz. This one I put up for £5 because it's quite a popular style for ladies. This sort of size sells well in ladies' watches, and it's had a fair bit of interest already. So I'm hoping this one will sell for maybe between £3 and £4. So that would take us to what, over 20 now, 20, 22. There's a few more left. This one is, I actually like it. I think it's a unique design. It's sort of this tonneau, sort of, maybe, shape. And the annoying flash being on is stopping it from being clear, but it's like a brownish dial with silver hands. This is also from Next. The only drawback with this one is that it has been worn quite a lot and the leather strap has worn out. So that's going to reduce its value quite a lot. So this one I'm just going to have to put up for £1, really. It's a shame because I quite like it. Could get a new strap and ask for a bit more, but bit of a hassle on. Okay, this one I've got a lot of hope for. This is a nurse's fob watch, and it is, the lady who I bought it from was actually a nurse, so this has been used in the field as well, which makes it a bit interesting. It so it has it's the Me to You brand, which is like a cheap sort of like greetings card company in the UK. They make small gifts like that, and this is Me to You there on the back. That could actually be the lady's initials as well, which is interesting. So fob watches are bought quite a lot by nurses and people who aren't allowed to wear stuff on the wrists at work. So they're quite common to see in hospitals and stuff. And, you know, some people like the vintagey sort of look, well-worn sort of look. So I put this on Vinted and they're selling for around £3, so I'd be happy to let it go for that. Bit of a special item, really. I'm surprised she wanted to let that go, but she did. Last one is this here. I'm not particularly fond of this one because it's got a white strap, so it, you know, any damage or discoloration will show really easily. And for a lady's watch, it's really big as well. You know, in comparison to the Oasis watch here, like this here, it's massive. So I'm not sure if that'll do anything, but again, my preferred method of selling things is Vinted, probably a couple of quid. That one's going to go up. Maybe if people like teddy bears, it's quite nice, and it's actually the same brand as the last one as well. Now, the star of the show is this here. So I don't think it's going to take an expert to realise this is not a real tag watch. Although it's a fake, it does have some good aspects. The bezel actually works really well. You know, shockingly, it works better than some actual Swiss pieces. It has the date works. Obviously, it needs a new battery. It has an accurate bracelet, although the bracelet is very poor quality. It's made from very poor base metal. It actually has a really nice clasp. You can see there, Heuer. But, you know, it's just a dead giveaway that it's not real. It has a screw down case back, which actually isn't screwed down at all. It just pops off to reveal a made in China logo on the back. So it's, you know, it's a very obvious fake, but I suppose from a distance it looks the part. Obviously there's nothing I can do with this. I can't sell it because it's illegal to sell fake things. But it was in the lot, so I thought it was worth a gamble just in case it was real. But, you know, it's very unlikely somebody would accidentally throw a tag Heuer in a cheap job lot. So that'll just be one that sits in my collection doing not a lot. So there we go. I do want to point out that I'm not doing this as a business. It's not really designed to make money. It's designed to give me something to do. So in terms of business, it's not a successful job lot. Really, I only wanted this from it. That was the one that caught my eye. The rest are just sort of to mess around with. You know, I sort of think this one's okay. I can't do anything with that anyway. So these are the three that I'll probably keep, more than likely just those two, really. So that there is what I'm left with to hoard, possess, sell on Vinted, sell on eBay, to do something with. So hopefully you like this video. I would like to do some more of these just now and then, because as I say, I can't do this as a business. I already have my own business that I do. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Excuse me, it'll be interesting to hear what you think about these sort of videos, and maybe the variation in the UK compared to other countries for, you know, getting stuff from charity shops, from Facebook Marketplace. The job lot scene in the UK for watches and jewellery is a bit weaker than in the US and Canada, I think. And, you know, at some point in the future, I would also like to improve the production quality of these videos, because I know that they're awful. And you probably had to turn down your brightness quite a lot in this video because the flash is on and I don't have a clue why. So I'll be making a video again pretty soon. And I may update you on what happened with these things here. And I'll probably will do a video updating you on how the collection's going, what I have in the collection at the moment. So thanks once again, and let me know what you think below. I will see you next time.